Stop the presses. We just received the most important political endorsement in the world of the year of the election of all time in history. Presidential hopeful Vice President Miss Kamala. I'm going to say it the right way. I'm getting word that she has just been endorsed by Taylor Swift. Whoa! Yeah, if you're somebody who follows both politics and music in the way that I do, this new development is not really all that surprising. I feel like everyone and their mom kind of saw this coming from a million miles away. Not only because Taylor Swift has very publicly endorsed Joe Biden in the past, but also for a period of months now, and we did a video about this on this channel, the right wing has been conspiratorially freaking out about Miss Swift, talking about her like she's some kind of like deep state puppet, that the fact that she's like being depicted at all these football games makes her like a psyop. And of course, all of this has been like, priming the pump for the eventual claim that she's like, owned by the political class or something. And that's the only reason that she's endorsing the person that we don't like. And look, I'm not here to deny that Miss Swift is very well paid and very well connected in the world of entertainment. That very much obviously is true. But often when people are making these arguments against her, they kind of seem to omit the fact that the guy they want you, the orange freak they want you to vote for instead of Kamala Harris, is a multi-million-dollar real estate developer, nepo baby, rapist piece of shit. If that's not an individual who is very well connected to the world of very rich weirdos, I don't know what is. That he's literally the guy. Either way, Taylor Swift being portrayed in this way by the right wing for months now most likely did not sit well with her. On top of, like she said in her endorsement of Harris on Instagram, she didn't really dig the fact that there were fake endorsements of Trump from her spreading around right-wing social media. Yeah, I mean, just based on the principle of that alone, I can't imagine that Taylor could see herself stomaching having anything to do with Donald Trump. But the real reason I have decided to make this video is because of this freakish tweet that was posted to Twitter. I'm not calling it X. In response to this endorsement from, you know him, you love him, Mr. Twitter himself, Elon Musk, who says, "Fine, Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life." Which, if you're sort of out of the know here, he's kind of responding to Taylor in a very cheeky fashion, calling herself a childless cat lady. And the reason she does so in her post is because often the right wing likes to frame women who have the audacity to be over the age of 18 and not be pregnant and married as women who are sad and lonely and just have a ton of cats. In fact, that's kind of been a persistent problem with Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate, JD Couchfucker Vance. I'm explaining the joke to Elon here. Taylor is ironically calling herself a childless cat lady because she does fit that archetype of her not having kids and being over the age of 30, but she's obviously not a very sad, lonely, desperate loser. In fact, she is instead the biggest and most famous pop star in the world with a very popular football boyfriend who, if she did eventually want to have kids, I'm sure she would prefer to have them with him over you, Elon, you absolute morally reprehensible freak. And not the good kind of freak too, like me. No, one instead with a breeding fetish who sends horny texts to his employees, and also his own daughter hates his guts and wants essentially nothing to do with him, not just because he's a loser and a transphobic jerk, but what this dude essentially does is just like impregnates various women who, for whatever reason, allow him to, and then barely even takes part in raising the damn kids he creates. So yeah, that guy is hopping on Twitter to offer his services to Taylor Swift as if this is all like normal and cool and like not fucking weird at all. When in fact, yeah, it's weird. This guy's a weirdo. The people who like him and think he's cool and based are also weirdos. He's turned Twitter into a right-wing pisshole propaganda cesspool that is shittier than it's ever been. And I feel like I should end this video with, I don't know, a bit of a plea here. Because at this point, I know women probably don't need a whole lot of motivation to vote against Donald Trump this coming November. In fact, my audience doesn't even really have that many women in it generally. Shout out to the ladies who do watch. My audience is mostly dudes, which is fine. And there's a lot of, kind of chill, normie type bros who watch me and get a lot out of my content. Statistically, in this upcoming election, that's exactly the demo of people who are more likely to lean a bit more toward Trump or just kind of be ambivalent toward the political challenges of our time right now. Please take a minute to think about, I don't know, the women in your life, people who aren't you that would most likely be affected in a profound way by another Trump presidency. Not that they haven't already been impacted enough with the, loss of Roe versus Wade, but also, again, think about Trump. Think about the comments of J.D. Vance. Think about what Elon is saying right here with this tweet. These people think absolutely nothing of the women in your life. They are nothing more to them other than baby factories. If they are not doing that, they have no purpose or agency or importance or significance whatsoever. That is literally what they're telling you through their comments, through their tweets, through their interviews. So you should ask yourself, is that how you feel about the women in your life? Your mother, your aunt, your sister, your cousin? Are these people to you beautiful, smart, caring, giving individuals who would leave your life a much darker place were they to disappear from it? Or are they just stupid, mindless baby factories who should be subjugated into complete silence? I mean, if you feel the latter, you should most likely seek out some therapy. But chances are you don't feel that way, and as a result, I feel like, again, it's kind of important that you do what you can to make sure that we don't see a political administration that would make it more likely that these people who you care so much about in your life, I hope you do, that they would see fewer options in front of them for the type of life that they want to lead, other than, that quiet, suffering baby factory option. So, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't really have much to say outside of Elon's a freak, and because it's Taylor Swift, it's kind of weirdly music news. As much as I do give Taylor a hard time for being kind of cringe and writing songs about Google Maps stalking her exes, still, because she's so popular and because she's so visible, she does tend to catch the brunt of a lot of very weird, creepy, mainstream sexism just like this, where a multi-billion-dollar social media platform owner is offering to impregnate you. Yeah, that's weird. And I and everybody else with 2 brain cells to rub together is tired of all of your weirdo shit. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano. Child Elon for never